Okay, welcome to our broadcast today. Today we got a webinar for you, and we're going to get some training on what's going on, especially with the economy, how you can get on track and move in the appropriate direction where you can be successful. So, before we get started, we give you a welcome to Amenkey, where business meet and discuss topics that affect their bottom line, where we look at a 360-degree analytic point of view in order to handle the issue to get those figures that you require to be in order to be successful. And with Amenkey, we provide you the key tools to be successful. In today's training, what we're going to go into is, do you want to know 3 reasons why people don't invest in your business? And with those reasons, it create a lot of effect on how you deal with your day-to-day issue when it comes to your business bottom line and how your business deal with structuring your business and how to move forward ahead. So some of the stuff we're going to go into is the 3 things, and we're going to go into more, but some of the stuff you got to understand, the proof of your potential success might be missing. And sometimes client might do not trust you. We're going to get into that. And you have a inexperienced team. So if these are the encounter that you might having right now in your business, we want to be able to tackle that so you can move forward and overcome these obstacles. So proof of your potential success is missing. Now there might be no evidence that there's interest in your startup or that it has some traction. Have you sold anything yet? That's going to be one of the questions. Have you run a successful Kickstarter campaign? Have you launched a startup before? Passing those tests would prove to me that you have what it takes to get startup off the ground. Show me that your business is something worth my putting my hard-earned cash into, and that this investment will work hard for me as your company start to have success. And these are some of the key issues you got to handle when dealing with your business, or else you're going to run into stuff that you don't need to run into moving forward ahead. Now, you might have situation occur where a client do not trust you. An investor do not trust you. How do you present yourself? We already heard the word first impression always play a big role. And if I stalk every company that I personally invest in, imagine an investor, they're going to stalk you. They're going to look into those companies. Is this a viable business? Is it going to create income? Or is it going to drift away as plenty do? We know of the statistic. In the first 5 year, business have a hard time. If they don't pass a 5 year, they're liable to fail. You know, and when it comes to investors, an investor will say, I typically invest in people, which is true. You could walk in any office and pitch them the heck out of your product, right? But you got to sell them on you. When you forget that investor, you're going to lose investors moving forward ahead. So if they can't trust your character, your judgment, your leadership, then you're wasting their time and you're wasting your time. That means you haven't prepared to come to the table even right. Do you have inexperienced team? That's going to be some of the questions called if you don't surround it with a solid team, you're going to have failure. And if you even look at business out there that came with certain tactic, certain products, and they didn't have an effective team, what happened? They failed. So let's say that an investor like you, your idea, your team, don't expect an investment from them. You know, you need to be sure that your member of your team have the qualification and this discipline to complete the task, meet the deadline, follow through on objective. And if they don't do that, then you're in a serious problem called the purpose of going to business is to be successful. So as we look at the 300 degrees of analysts, a failure of understanding your competitor is a key part of every business. Because you have a competition. And your competitors and every entrepreneur needs to understand is rival and prove to the investor how it's planned to handle the competition. A company demonstrates that it understands the competitors when it highlights how unique its solutions are when compared with its rivals. Improper cash flow. If you want an investor to invest into your business, improper cash flow will result in lack of investment. These are some of the key essential things that people don't invest in business because you're not structuring your business where cash flow flowing right. Cash flow showcases the start of financial soundness. Therefore, an entrepreneur should exhibit its company financial true picture. Investors are veterans and have the capacity or expertise to identify entrepreneurs that have manipulated the figures or acting like pompous business owners. And if that's occur, you are on the road of failure. So what we're here to do is present you certain keys to success so you can avoid failure, and we're going to provide you resources that your business need when it comes to establishing good business cash flow, business credit, market plan as we move forward in many to the road ahead. So the lack of problem in your business might be the lack of a niche market. Every business is start with the intention of solving a problem. However, an entrepreneur can lose or shift focus along the way, thus not addressing the actual problem that motivates you to establish the startup will discourage investors. So if you start to not go along with your initial plan, then you have a viable problem. Because now you're very off for the problem that you're supposed to solve, and investor can't and will not able to invest because you are not structured in a way to move forward in life. So therefore, they see your business as a failure. So that will result to lack of leadership qualities where the co-founder should have the necessary leadership skill to manage the company. Both the owners and employees should work together without continuous bickering. Investor won't invest in a startup where colleagues don't get along well. They are also interested in seeing how you will apply your managerial skills to run the company. So how will you manage your company? Those managed skills. Inexperienced team is also one of the critical part of even running a business. If you have an inexperienced team, right? They need to be sure that your team has the relevant qualification, capacity, and the expertise to operate the business. They need to have the discipline to meet deadline, complete tasks, and follow through on objective. And what we're going to do to minimize these risks or these steps that you need to take to solve that, we're going to show you how you can accomplish tasks and follow through on those objectives with a platform that is able to provide you these essential discipline that you need to meet your deadline. So we're going to present you that so you can be successful, because the lack of business model or plan causes a tremendous failure. So with that said, before we continue, we're going to straighten out certain things, and we're going to continue to make sure that we operating at the level that we're supposed to operate in. So we have a warning. I'll just adjust to that, but let's move forward ahead. So with that said, business can be effective, but if business be effective, you got to be effective leader. You got to have the effective team. You got to have an effective business model, effective plan, and you got to get along with your team, and you got to be effective business owner that lead your team toward an effective plan. If you don't do that, then you're bound to fail. You should tell an investor where your business will be in a couple of years, besides telling them your passion and commitment. Because what a business owner wants is the numbers. Therefore, the lack of business planning will disadvantage you. Additional, having a business plan is not a guarantee that investor will be attracted to your idea or products. Investors have so many opportunities, and they simply look for ways of rejecting your business. For that reason, ensure that your plan is perfect and demonstrate that it has the appropriate capacity to withstand tough competition. So you have to be able to come to the table and compete, right? So your business has got to be structured in a way that you're here to stand through the test of time. Your startup is not unique. And this is what investors are going to look at. It's not unique. It's not standing out. It's not going to compete. It's not going to hit the grade. It's not going to even cause a erupt in the market, so they won't invest. Investors prefer to fund companies that have new ideas or that have come up with unique solutions than what competitors have. Thus, if you will be seeking funding in the future, ensure that your idea is new, or should the old business model identify gaps and try to fill them. So if you're a savvy business owner, you got to be quick to change if you're not meeting the required requirement that an investor need, as you're bound to lose out on investment. Because number one, to get an investor to invest in your business, it's competition already. They got plenty of ideas, and you got to make sure your ideas stand out among those. High costs. Now, investor will not spend money on companies that don't understand the term lean. Startups that spend money on keychain, brands hat, or coffee mugs, or consider spend thrift. Investors want their money to be used efficiently and adequately. They want you to use their money in getting products ready for launch, but not on the swag. However, a couple of promotional items like t-shirt is all right. Additionally, paying yourself an executive use salary will discourage investors. The only reason for funding your business is to gain profit, but not to lose their money. So understand these dynamics will put you in a appropriate position where you don't allow your business to fail. So when you start to understand where you put yourself, where your business is, then you can put yourself in a more appropriate position where your business is able to stand the test of time. Now, the lack of marketing strategy, your startup may be posed to sell products. However, the company may lack a proper marketing plan to boost your sales as well as gain a competitive advantage. Therefore, investors will avoid startup without marketing goals to promote their products. And if you like the marketing strategy, we're going to show you a way to market your business effectively. But you got to be into a niche market. You got to understand your numbers. You got to understand your marketing plan, and all of that got to be in play in order to be effective. Failure to be effective will result to failure to meet the numbers, right? And you want to meet the numbers in order to be successful. So you got to understand that you got to be willing to gain. You got to know why you're doing what you're doing and the reason you're doing it. So failure to cut the grade is going to cause a tremendous problem when it comes to your marketing strategy. Not understanding the industry is also one of the red flags. It will discourage investors. You should conduct throughout market research to understand the target customer, the competitors, the regulation, and other vital information. You should have relevant experience or a team with expertise and qualification in these sectors. Investor will not invest in your business if you do not have actual number about your niche market. Incorrect approach to investor. One of the greatest mistakes that a new business owner make is cold calling investors. New entrepreneurs ignore the fact that angel investors, venture capitalists, and bank receive enormous proposal. Thus, several business opportunity. For that reason, investor will not respond to email from unknown individual. However, you can send your proposal through a referral or strong recommendation from their network. Pitch to the wrong investors. An investor will not fund a startup operating in a different area of expertise. Investors are like doctors. They have their specialty. Just when launching a new online woman's store, you can't pitch to an investors in the real estate industry. As a result, a startup should do thorough research before approaching or pitching to investors. Demanding inappropriate fund is a critical mistake that you do not need to demonstrate your expertise, your smartness, and your farsightedness when pitching to investor. However, don't request too much when entering into a new industry. Ask for high fund, demonstrate a lack of experience and knowledge about your industry. And this is a negative sign. Strong product. Investor will not fund your startup when the product is not customer centric. This means that your target customer will not buy your product or service when they come into the market. Poor projection. It's all about the number when it comes to business. Investor will not fund a startup that is only concerned about the certain trend and not tomorrow. Such a perception shows that the startup won't survive long because its focus is just the contemporary trends. A startup potential is judged from the bright envision it's carried. Thus, a company without a set of goals that solidify its portfolio will be avoided by investors. The conclusion, one of the toughest parts of the entrepreneur journey is seeking funds from angel investor and venture capitalists. Once you're able to set all your plan in order, your marketing plan, your business objective, your actual number, your niche market, the actual figure for that niche market, how you're going to go into that niche market, what is required for you to be successful, your projection, proper planning, proper money management skills, an effective team that work together. Once that in play, now you're in the ball game to accumulate the steps to seek out an investor. If you do not do these research, then what you do, you put yourself into a position where you're bound to fail. So by taking the necessary step to move in the right direction and get your stuff in order, that will put you in an appropriate way where you can have success as a business owner. So what we do here on this channel, we are to help you look at a 360-degree analysis or point of view where you can minimize the risk, the step, because everything is time and energy, and you can move into the direction where you need to move to in order for you to be successful. Without this, you're doomed to fail. So on this channel, we're going to bring to you analysis for you to be successful, and we're going to show you opportunity that's out there for you so you can start the journey of being in the right mindset and the right frame where you can do what you need to do today. So as you begin to take that journey, you want to make sure you take that journey. You want to make sure you're able to do what you should do to minimize the risk. And once you're able to minimize the risk, you got to make sure your team is on the same chord. If your team is on the same level, then you're able to move your business forward, because it's all about what? Your business is able to achieve the objective, the goal, by solving the problem. If you're not solving the problem, then you're into a position where you are what? Holding up time, wasting energy. So you got to consolidate all of those steps into overcoming the obstacle that you need to overcome today. So with that said, you got to get on track where you need to get on track with. Move in the right direction where you need to move in the right direction. So when you begin to move your business forward, you got to make sure your business is in line with the future that your business in line with. You got to make sure you achieve what you're supposed to achieve. If you're not moving your business forward in the direction that you need to move it with, then what's going to happen? There's a lot of obstacles ahead, and if you don't ready for those obstacles, what's going to occur? And if you have a goal in mind and you're not moving your goal where you need to go, what do you think going to happen? So you want to be able to solve the necessary problem, and you want to be able to overcome what you need to overcome in order for having investors, the right team, the right funding, where you need to go so you can be able to solve the problem that you need to solve. So with that said, we're going to continue to bring you, this is the end of our webinar, but we're going to continue to bring you resources, information that you need in order for you to be successful. And if you know the statistic of leaving school, some is not going able to, you know, real competition when you're going for jobs. So you're going to have to be able to develop a skills and move into a digital space where you can be successful. And one of the stuff we're going to do, we're going to help you to solve these basic issues so you can move forward in the future. So if you have a situation where you want your business to be successful, you want your business to grow, you want to overcome certain obstacles, you want to able to capitalize on a market, what we're going to do, we're going to, on the road ahead, we're going to present you an avenue of approach where you can go, and we're going to show you steps that you can take. And then if you choose to take these steps, then we're going to help you to make sure you go through these steps with your business. And we're going to present you a webinar where you can get the proper training you need, so you can be effective with your marketing, effective with your skills, and where we'll show you a platform where you can able to capitalize on the trend and capitalize on a market or in your niche market where you can be successful. Because today, coming, especially in 2022, as a platform, open platform where you can develop and grow your business in your own niche market, where you can limit those risks and utilize your time and space, where you can cut down, build your credit, sell your products, hire your client, deal with payroll, know your numbers and figures. And this is going to be the key part of helping you to get that investors that you want to get on your team in order to invest into your business and your idea. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut down all the necessary steps that you normally would make, and we're going to present you a platform that able to give you the necessary resources that you need in order for your business to be successful. So let's say if you go into a specific industry, you will be able to go into that specific industry without worrying or be concerned, because now you're in your niche market. All you got to do is market your product. You're able to hire effectively your team, bring your team in, and they're able to achieve their task. So in the future, what we're going to do, we're going to present and break down these steps for you. But for now, we're covering step by step of how to be successful in business, because to present you something and you're not prepared is that you're prepared to fail. So we want to get your mindset on how business work, how investors work, how your marketing plan got to work, how your business plan got to work, how your money got to be straight, how you got to have a team in place. And if you don't have a team, how are we going to get that team work for you? And if you have a small budget, we're going to get you start your business right, get funded, build your credit. And if you want credit cards too, we're going to help you to provide that resources. So coming forward in the near future, we presented a platform for you, for your business to grow, where you'll be able to go in your niche market. And once you're able to go in your niche market, you're able to move forward and be what? Very successful. So, with that, you can try for some reason. We're going to correct that. So moving forward, if you want your business to be successful, you got to be on the right team. And if you want the success that you need, we're going to show you how you're going to build your team. We're going to show you how you're going to get everything in line. We're going to show you how. And we're going to be in step-by-step training to get you online. It's all about training. That will help. That will help your organization move forward ahead so you can be successful. So with that said, this concludes our webinar. We thank you for stopping by, and we're going to continue to bring you information where we give you a 360-degree analysis of a business point of view, how to handle your issues to get your figure in order to be successful using tools and resources that you need in order to get ahead. We thank you for stopping at our webinar. Until next time, check out our videos on our channel. We're going to show you certain steps that you need. We're going to show you videos. We're going to break down each step where you can be successful. And this concludes our webinar. You have a beautiful day.